All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Harakakwadash. A double honors unto the elders and apostles of GMS Great Millstone, and a sincere Shalom to Yaki in bringing out this word in diligence and in truth. And as you see what it says, hey, the boluses from the 19 may have contributed to excess unalives, right? That's what the study says. And we knew this from the beginning, man. We understand that. Matter of fact, I'm going to start within the book of 2nd Esdras, the 13th chapter and the 4th verse. It says, if thou be for his profit, he will use thee. But if thou have nothing, he will forsake thee. Right? So he understands that the people believe whatever solution that he gives out due to general chaos, right? Ordo ab chaos, right? Which means order out of chaos. He understands that when the people are desperate, they'll take whatever solution that he comes up with, and also understanding that he just doesn't do things in the spur of the moment. The scriptures tell us in the book of Ezekiel, the 28th chapter, that he's wiser than Daniel. You know, it tells us that he sets traps, that he sets snares, that he sleepeth not except he have done mischief. Meaning what he thinks of all these ways to destroy and to deprive the American population in the world of not only their own independent thinking, but to deprive them of choices or alternatives to escape the solutions that he brings forth, right? He told you, yeah, you can't go to the gym, you can't go out to eat, you gotta stay 6 feet apart, so forth and so on. All of these quote unquote consequences that if you didn't abide unto the solution he set forth for you, that he was gonna strip your rights from you. And we here at Great Millstone told you, what this devil was gonna do. We told you that you accepting of that pharmakia, right, which is his witchcraft, which is that bolus, right? You receiving of his pharmakia is going to be a detriment to you. And then you had other Israelite group tell you, it's okay, go and get it. But then their congregation, members of their congregation started unaliving. They started dropping, man. So then they changed their stance after that. But we told you, man, never to trust this devil, man. The scripture in the Sirach 12:10 tells you plainly, never trust thine enemy, for like his iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. This 11, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. We understand that this devil isn't doing anything for your benefit. He literally has something called the Georgia Guidestones, man. That he wants to reduce the population from 7.5 or 7 billion to 500 million. He shows you by polluting your food. He shows you by polluting your air, polluting your water, polluting the minds of your children, that he don't care about you. He ultimately creates a culture of death, and the American people eat it up. And especially niggas, man. Niggas went and got a burger and sacrificed their life for a burger, or sacrificed their life for a free lap dance, man. Now you got all these types of health ailments. Now you got blood clots. Now you got heart problems. Now you having strokes. And then you had E's own scientists come out and tell you not to take this shit. And you niggas still listened to the devil himself, man. You still went and got it. You still went and got it, man. This 12 set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at that last remember my words, and be pricked therewith. Who will pity a charmer that is bidden with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beasts? Right? This Sirach 13:6. If he have need of thee, he will deceive thee. Right? And what did he need? He needed the numbers of people to accept his program to accept his Novus Ordo, what is it? Novus Ordo Chlorum, basically his New World Order. He needed the general populace to agree and be down with it, so he could continue with the next step, right? It says, if he have need of thee, he will deceive thee and smile upon you, right? Because he told you, hey, this isn't serious. And how it started was, this isn't serious. You don't need these precautions. A matter of fact, we can't even force you to get this. To what? Yeah, you better have on a mask. You better stand 6 feet apart. You better get this JAB, or we gonna strip you of your rights. Oh, you still want your kids? They better get it too. Oh, you still want them in school? Make sure they got it. Oh, you still want your job? You still want to pay your bills? You better get it too. So he bullied you and put you in straits. And what did Jake do? The opposite of faithfulness. Jake gave right in. Hey, UPK literally made a video of them niggas getting it, man. They literally made a video of them going up there to get him. Hey, but we understand why. It says, and put thee in hope, he will speak thee fair and say, what one is thou? Now I'm going to go back to the article. It says, more than 3 million excess deaths were registered in Western countries during the first 3 years of it, according to the new study that suggests the JAB, it said, could be partly to blame. No, we know it was to blame, man. You had completely healthy people, literally be unalived because of this. It gives the numbers there. It says in 2020, 1.03 million excess unalives were reported in the first full year of the demic. It says the year 2021, when the first were rolled out, saw over 1.25 million. In 2022, when they were lifted, 808,000 were recorded. It says excess mortality has remained high in the Western world for 3 consecutive years, despite the implementation of containment measures and AABs. The unprecedented figures raise serious concerns that policymakers should conduct thorough investigations into the underlying cause of persistent excess mortality. Now they're saying this, hey, just like this. He said, if you get it and you get injured, you can't sue us. That's a clear, if that's not plain, I mean, how plainer could you get? He's telling you we're not liable if you have complications because of this. Here you had his science, right? The scientists tell you, hey, no JAB has been created this fast. There's not enough studies on all of these things that we're giving unto the general public. And they still went and took it. Let's see. And another company right here says AstraZeneca withdraws theirs worldwide. It says authors pointed out that suspected adverse events have been recorded, even though JABs were supposed to protect recipients from death or severe illnesses due to it. Right here, they told you, hey, if you get it, if you get the bolus, you won't get the symptoms. Then they told you, if you do get the bolus, the symptoms are going to be lessened. Then they told you, if you do get the bolus, you're not going to die from it. Then they told you, like they kept, he was remixing the shit out of his words, man. Hey, he made sure this went platinum. He made 4 remixes, with hella features. And Jake was eating them up. Then they told you, it's not the people that got it that can spread it. It's the people that don't got it that can spread it. Which don't make no sense, because they told you you're going to have full immunity if you get it. So he was just up there with the turntable scratching and hitting the switches on it, man. And Jake was like, yeah, I believe that. Trust the science. And where did it get a lot of y'all? It had a lot of y'all in a position where you had to put family members and pay for funerals, man. Because you trusted the devil. It said they added that medical professionals and drug recipients reported serious injuries and deaths following the JAB. Researchers also noted that side effects linked to it included, I gotta look this word up, Salakia. I don't even know how to say it. Ischemic stroke, ischemia. I believe that's how you say it. Salakia if I'm saying it wrong. Ischemia or ischemic. It says ischemia, inadequate blood supply to an organ or part of the body, especially the heart muscle. So basically, your heart wasn't pumping enough blood into that area. So essentially, that body part in which wasn't receiving enough blood flow, basically it died on itself. You know, it literally stopped functioning because blood wasn't being supplied to it. So it's like your body just decayed. Whatever body part that wasn't getting that blood flow because it was restricted, it was like it was being choked. The life was being choked out of it, and it essentially decayed on yourself. So it said, it's like I'm having trouble reading that. It says ischemic stroke. It says occurs when a vessel supplying blood to the brain is obstructed. A blockage in blood supply to the brain, which causes stroke, which can also cause heart failure. And that's what acute coronary syndrome. I believe the coronal artery or the carotid artery is in the heart. Let's find out. Acute coronary. That's how you say it. Coronary syndrome. Acute coronary syndrome is a syndrome due to a decreased blood flow. And that's watch. I'm not sure if it's still up, but there's a documentary that was called Watch the Water, right? And it basically described, because men, the brothers, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai, starting with the apostles and the elders. We mention this because one thing that I really enjoy is nature, right? I enjoy the animals, the way Yahweh Shema Shai set up the order of the biome, so forth and so on. And when we were going through this and looking at the symptoms, it reminded us of snakes, man, because you have a different type of venom, right? Every snake isn't poisonous. It's like every snake isn't venomous, because there's a difference between poison and venom, right? So every snake isn't venomous, right? But the snakes that are venomous, and you have venom that specifically affects the blood. You have venom that specifically affects the neurological system or the nervous system, and you have you got the blood, you got the nervous system, and I believe it's 2 other venoms, right? Now, in these venoms, they act different because they attack different parts of the body. But this venom in particular makes your blood clot, right? Hemotoxin, that's what it's called, hemotoxin. And then you got you got hemotoxin, you got neurotoxin, you got 2 others. I can't think of the other names. It doesn't matter. You could look it up. But hemotoxin affects your hemoglobin, which is basically what makes your red blood cells, I believe red, the hemoglobin within the blood, right? And it clots your blood, restricting flow of the blood, which in turn causes you to have these strokes, causes you to have acute coronary syndrome, right? You'll have strokes, you'll have heart attacks, and that's because that venom attacks specifically those types of hemotoxins or hemoglobins, which is your red blood cells, right? And this is exactly what this did. This was acting much like hemotoxic venom. A sea crate, which is a sea snake, has hemotoxic venom, right? It says brain hemorrhaging. That's another, dealing with the flow of blood within the brain, right? Or blockage of flow of blood within the brain. Cardiovascular diseases, which is your heart. It says coagulation, which is literally your blood being coagulated to the point where your blood is thin. When you take blood thinners, or if you take blood thinners, and your blood becomes more water-like, so to speak. It's not as thick, right? But what coagulation does is it takes those blood cells and binds them together, creating less of a thick blood, so to speak, right? Your blood becomes coagulated and it doesn't move throughout your veins as smoothly, right? It says hemorrhages, gastrointestinal events, and fatal blood clotting. And coagulation and blood clotting is the same shit. It's the same thing. But nevertheless, here it is. We told you what the deal was. I want to grab some precepts. This is coming from the book of Job 13:4. It says, "But ye are forgers of lies, ye are all physicians of no value." And that's E. He's a forger of lies, because here it is. He told you to stay away from going outside. Stay away from your body actually needing the germs that you usually have. He told you to put on these face coverings, put on gloves, and the people did it. And that stopped their body from creating a natural immunity, so to speak. Right? So he said, these are forgers of lies, physicians of no value. Because a physician's job is ultimately to use the herbs in order to heal. But this devil did the 180. He told you to get this bolus to heal yourself. Right? And I'm going to close off with this in the book of Isaiah 36:6, because this is what they did. This is Isaiah 36:6. It says, "Lo, thou trustest in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt." Right? And that staff is a support system. They trusted in the support of E. It says, "Whereon if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh king of Egypt to all that trust in him." Right? So you're trusting in a system in which is ultimately trying to kill you. And they're telling you, "Nah, we're not trying to kill you. This is actually for your benefit." Hey, but never trust E, man. For like as iron rusted, so does his wickedness, man. So I just want to bring this lesson out. I'm more than likely not gonna post this on the tube, but on Odyssey, because I know it'll get taken down. But hey, we'll see. So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying unto the body. I want to give all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Harakakwadash. A double honors unto the elders and apostles of GMS Great Millstone, and a sincere shalom to Yaki in bringing out this word in diligence and in truth. Shalom.